What's up, YouTube? How's everybody doing today? Thank you for stopping by again. Welcome back to the channel. I want to thank everybody for all the new subscriptions. You guys are amazing. I really do appreciate it. I know I'm new and just starting out, but I'm trying to grow this channel, trying to build this channel. I haven't figured out how to do all the the fancy stuff yet, so it's pretty much just me and my phone. In this video, I'm going to go over my last 2 weeks of training. We're going to go over the expectations versus the reality, because I know a lot of people expect certain things to happen during, your first couple of weeks of training versus what is actually going to happen, or what happened to me in general. Talk about the different locations we went to, the different loads we took. I do apologize if you guys hear my dog. He's like laying on me because he missed his daddy. He's laying on me. So yeah, with that, we're gonna get started. So I'll go over the expectations. I know everybody goes through CDL school, or they go through the TMC school, and they're like, yeah, man, it's gonna be cool. I'm gonna be driving during the day. We're gonna get to the consignee. We're gonna get parked up, and that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen, and I'm gonna tell you why it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen because you have two clocks. You have your 14-hour clock, and you have your trainer's 14-hour clock. And your trainer will take advantage of all of that. So you may leave out, like today, say today's Sunday. I'm going to leave out today at 2 o'clock, headed to Pensacola, Florida. We're going to drive. It's about an 8-hour trip without our load checks and stops. So it's probably going to turn into a 10-hour trip. We're going to leave at 2. We'll probably get there about midnight. So there will be some night driving. There will be quite a bit of night driving. And if I can make a recommendation to you, make sure you bring some kind of sleep aid. Because if you're trying to sleep in that truck and your trainer's driving and you're laying on that top bunk and you hit bumps, you hit curves, you hit turns. I live in South Carolina, so we're going to, we go to Tennessee, we go to Kentucky, we go to Alabama, we go to Georgia, we go to Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Maryland, Virginia, pretty much the whole eastern seaboard. So for the first week, I didn't get much sleep. And it's because I didn't know the reality, and the expectation was, oh, I'll be able to sleep. Wrong. When you're laying there in that bed and you're, the truck, loaded almost 80,000 pounds, and you hit a bump or you hit a bridge and that truck goes like this, that whole cab is jumping the whole time. You see how I'm doing? That's exactly how you are when you're laying in your bed. So if I can give you any kind of pointers, bring a sleep aid or sleep in the front seat, because you're not going to get any sleep laying in that truck if your trainer's going to drive all night, because you're going to drive as far as you can, and then he's going to take over, and then he's going to drive as far as he can, and we're either going to park at a truck stop, or you're going to park, at a service area, or, at the consignee. We made it to the consignee on the very first Sunday, and we parked up. We made it to the consignee on Thursday of both weeks, of my first week and my second week. We made it to the consignee. Other than that, we didn't make it to the consignee at all the rest of the time. We parked at truck stops. Can I help you? Can you just get comfortable? Sorry, guys. Anyway, this is raw. This is real. I'm at home. Anyway, so we take a shower every day, because we have 2 clocks. So we stop at a truck stop. We spend an hour to an hour and a half at a truck stop, taking a shower, getting something to eat. Definitely, when you are with your trainer, and ask them, like, hey, can we take a shower? How often are we going to take a shower? Make sure you have a shower bag. Make sure you have everything packed. You do not need an loofah. You need shower shoes. Bring some flip-flops. Do not walk around in that truck stop at all. Those guys are disgusting. They clean them the best they can, but those truckers leave funk, nastiness. They may have taken a shower for the first time in a week, so bring shower shoes. To my next point, make sure you bring enough food, because truck stops are very expensive. You can easily go through $20-30 in 2 days at a truck stop. If you bring enough food, you go to Walmart, get yourself some drinks, get yourself a nice thermos or a nice tumbler. Bring enough food for you. So you don't have to spend all your money, because you only get, if you go through the CDL school with TMC, you only get $500 a week. And if you have a family, that $500 goes like that, with groceries, car insurance, cell phone payment, all that good stuff. That $500 is gone within 20 minutes. It's gone. Then you got to wait another week. So make sure you have enough food to last you, so you're not spending money stupidly. Next, when you're at the truck stops, always wear a mask. I know a lot of people don't like it. I hate it, but wear a mask, because you're around a bunch of different other people. You're going from state to state, and these people are coming from different areas. You don't know what they have, what they brought, what they might not have. So just wear a mask. I know it says it's recommended, but you're interacting with anywhere between 10 and 20 different people, and one person could have came from California, one person could have came from Florida, one person could have came from Mexico, one person could have came from Canada. You just never know. Again, the reality, everybody's like, yeah, I'm gonna drive during the day, it's gonna be fun, we're gonna get parked up, we're gonna have a good time. And if you are like us, when we parked at the truck stop and we still had like 2 hours left to go, by the time we got to the consignee to drop off our load, it was 10, 11 o'clock in the afternoon. Then we had to drive an hour to an hour and a half to go to our next pickup, because it's never right around the corner unless you're in Silver Grove. We dropped off in Silver Grove, and we were literally 5 minutes away from the plant, which I'm going to get to all the different areas and locations that we went to. So you will be doing some night driving. If you have to get yourself a 5-hour energy, drink, eat something, do something, because you're going to be driving. It's going to be 10, 11 o'clock at night. On Thursday night, I drove from Montgomery, New York, with a load of insulation to Norfolk, Virginia, and I drove the entire way until we got to the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, because it was 2 o'clock in the morning and I couldn't do it anymore. So my trainer took over and he drove the rest of the 100 miles. So there'll be times where you will be up all night long. I've also lost 2 pounds. I started at 245. I'm 242 now. Well, almost 242. 243.2. You will not be on the regular eating schedule. You wake up at 8 o'clock and eat breakfast. You're eating lunch by 12, 1 o'clock, and then you're eating dinner at 5. Not going to happen driving a truck. Telling you that right now. We usually, if we get up at 6 or we get up at 7, whatever the case may be, we'll get a bite to eat right then and there. It'll be 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon before we eat again, because we're rolling, we're running. And then, we get to where we have to go, which I'll post some pictures in the video at the beginning, so you guys can see the different type of loads that I've ran. But we're running so much that we're not thinking about food. And then we get to the pickup, we get it strapped down, we'll get it chained down, whatever the case may be. Will you stop? We'll get it, whatever the case may be, and then we'll tarp it. And by the time we're done with that, it's been an hour and a half, 2 hours. Maybe 2.5 hours, depending on, how in-depth he wants to train you. Because I hope and I pray that you guys get a good trainer. I have an awesome trainer. My trainer is, he's thorough. He's OCD, so he makes sure that everything looks perfect, makes sure everything looks clean, everything's by the book. But my coworker / classmate had a very crappy trainer. His trainer didn't teach him anything, didn't, educate him or help him as much as he could, made him run nonstop, made him run his whole 11-hour clock. 14-hour clock. Really, dude? His whole 14-hour clock. So, like I said, I pray that you guys get a good trainer. If you don't, speak up. Because he spent 1 week with this trainer and he was like, I'm not coming back. He called his training coordinator and she's getting him a new trainer right now. They will work with you. Okay, so now that we went through the expectations versus the reality. Oh, God, you've been such a pain in my butt. Okay, so all right, I've got a list of where we went to. So on the Sunday that we left out, we went from South Carolina to Tennessee. We went to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and we dropped off a load of lumber. Then we picked up another load in Chattanooga, and it was steel plates. And we took those steel plates to, where are we at? To North Carolina. We took them to Welcome, North Carolina. It was 445 miles, all night driving, because by the time we got loaded, it was 3:30, and we drove as far as we could. We had like 2 hours left when we woke up the next morning to drive the rest of the way. And then we went from North Carolina to Pageland, South Carolina, and we went to CM Tucker, and we picked up a load of lumber. And we went from CM Tucker to Highland, Kentucky. We picked up in Highland, Kentucky. And we went to... No, I'm sorry. We dropped off in Highland, Kentucky at Lowe's. Then we went from Highland, Kentucky to Silver Grove, Kentucky, which is, like I said, about 10 minutes down the road. We picked up a load of sheetrock. We got that sheetrock, and it was a live load. So it took almost 3.5 hours. And a live load, for those of you that don't know, means that they load you right then and there. When you go to Silver Grove, Kentucky, it's a sheetrock plant. It's called wallboard. It's a wallboard plant. And there's usually preloaded trailers. You usually do a trailer swap. Well, we got a live load. So we had to sit there in the truck and wait and wait and wait. Then they finally got us loaded. Then we went over to the tarping station, and it took a little bit. We had to throw some belly straps. We had to throw the other straps, and then they laid the tarp down. Then we went outside, and we had to perfect the tarp, because they literally do the bare minimum. They throw a couple bungees and tell you to drive out the door. So we had to go over there and secure. By the time we got it all secured, it was 5 o'clock at night. We drove from Silver Grove, Kentucky to Greer, South Carolina. We drove nonstop. We stopped at the truck stop, took a shower, obviously. But we got to the consignee at 1:45 in the morning. We got to Greer, South Carolina, to a Lowe's. We unloaded. We were hungry. This is where I said your sleep pattern is going to be all crazy. Your food pattern is going to be all crazy. We didn't eat. We drove. We didn't eat nothing. So we got to Greer. We undid a couple bungees. We don't ever untarp until you speak to the person that's actually telling you to untarp. Because if you untarp early, they could reject the load. And it was a load of sheetrock. So don't ever untarp early. So we just undid a couple bungees. That way we only had to do, we just had to undo the rest of the bungees, undo the tarps, undo the straps. I digress. So we walked over to Waffle House. We had some breakfast. It was 1:30 in the morning. By the time we got back to the truck, it was quarter after 2:30. We fell asleep. We had to get up at 5 to make this delivery. So we slept for 3 hours. We slept for 3 hours. No, I'll get to that. We slept for 3 hours. And then we got up, unloaded, and we had to wait around. We send in our empty at 7:30 because nobody gets in. 7:30 is our time, is 6:30 their time. So we actually had to wait until 8:30 our time, 7:30 Des Moines time, because it's an hour difference. So we got up at 4:30, 4:45, untarped, and then we had to sit around and wait for 3-4 hours for another load. We got a load of insulation. We brought it back home. We came home for the weekend. Left out on Sunday. Pennsylvania. We took a load of insulation from Greer, South Carolina to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. We dropped off this insulation in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Like I said, we drove as far as we could. We slept at the truck stop. We got there at like 8 in the morning. We left at like 5:45. We left from Towanda, Pennsylvania. We drove from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania to Towanda, Pennsylvania to pick up what did we pick up? Where's my paperwork? Hold on. I'll tell you what we picked up. Particle board. I'm sorry, fiber board. We picked up fiber board. It's kind of like a concrete board. And we took that to Apex, North Carolina. Then from Apex, North Carolina, we picked up this load in Bennettsville, South Carolina. And we took it from Bennettsville, South Carolina. We took a load of particle board, which is some very, very, flimsy wood. And we took it to Ohio. We took it to Amish country, Ohio. Never, ever, ever have I seen the Amish before. It was a pretty cool experience. Horse and buggy, black horse. Just like you see on TV. It was pretty cool. You could tell the culture difference. You could tell it was totally different. But it was an eye-opening experience. And then we went from Ohio. We picked up another load. We dropped off in Millersburg, Ohio. Then we went to Owens Cornering in Medina, Ohio, and picked up a load of shingles. We took it to Kearney, New Jersey. So we went from South Carolina to Pennsylvania to North Carolina to Ohio to New Jersey. Then we just picked up our New Jersey load. Or we dropped off in New Jersey. We drove 87 miles to Montgomery, New York, right around Poughkeepsie. Picked up a load of insulation. Didn't have to be tarped. Hallelujah. Didn't have to be tarped. They didn't want to tarp it. ABC Building Supply was like, we're just going to put it on the roof. We don't care. So we drove, like I said, I drove from Montgomery, New York to Norfolk, Virginia. We got to Norfolk, Virginia. We got to bed at 3:30 in the morning because we stopped and took a shower. I woke up at 6. My wife called me. My daughters wanted to speak to me. So I got up at 6. We got there first. This is why I said, I'm going to harp on it when I get my truck and I get going. The importance of parking up. Sometimes you won't be first. Even if you park up first, you won't be first. And I'll explain why. Because we parked up at 3 o'clock in the morning. 3:15, something like that. We got in the parking lot and we laid down. There was nobody there. When I woke up at 6, there were 4 other trucks there. They were already inside, already getting checked in. Our delivery wasn't supposed to be until 7. They didn't open until 8. Our delivery was supposed to be at 7. There were 4 trucks that got unloaded before us. We got unloaded. They started unloading us at 8. We got unloaded by 9:30. It took an hour and a half to unload pallets of insulation that should have probably took 30 minutes. The guy was super, super slow. So then we drove from Norfolk, Virginia to Chester, Virginia, above Richmond. You follow? It's an hour and 15 minutes above Richmond. We get up there. It's 1:30. We get a load of lumber. Big old thick pieces of lumber. I'll like I said, I'll post the video. We get all the way up there. We get it loaded. We got to tarp it. We get on the road about 3:30, 4 o'clock. This is Friday. This is our go-home day. I pulled in my yard because my trainer dropped me off at home at 8:45 Friday night. So if you think that you're going to get home by 12 o'clock on Fridays, you're sadly mistaken. It's not going to happen. It may happen sometimes, but 9 times out of 10, depending on how far away you are, it's not going to happen. You're either going to get in super late Friday night or super early Saturday morning, depending on your clock, depending on how far away you are. If you're in Paisley, South Carolina, and then you're driving down into the middle of the state where I live, it took an hour and a half. Like last Friday, not like 2 days ago, but last Friday, I got home at 3:30 in the afternoon, which was a lot better. But this week we had to drive 300 miles from Virginia, so we got home about 8:30. I got home about quarter to 9. My trainer still had another 20-minute drive to the yard to drop off the truck, so he probably didn't get home until 9:30. So if you have that expectation that you're going to get home every Friday early as hell, get it out of your head. Get it out of your head while you can, because you're just going to set yourself up for failure. Run your clock. Be safe. The trucks only go 62. It won't go no faster. I promise you. You can hit that gas pedal all day long. The only way you're going faster is if you're going downhill. And if you're going to Kentucky, you're going to Tennessee, you're going to Ohio, you're going to West Virginia, you're going to be driving through the mountains. You're going to be driving through the Smoky Mountains. You're going to be driving twists and turns downhill. If you can, make sure you keep that truck under 70. When you're going down the hill, just hit the brakes. It'll slow the motion down. Use the Jake brake if you have to. Your trainer will let you use it once he feels comfortable enough for you to use it. This is, like I said, I'm going on my 3rd week now. So like I said, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to comment down below. If you like what you see, definitely hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, and share if you can. Help me grow this channel. I want to inform people, because I know there's other guys out there that did these training videos, but they didn't go as in-depth as I did. I did a lot of research. And there's guys that are like, yeah, 1 or 2 weeks we did this, we did this, we did this. I broke it down and I told you where we went to, the distance we went to, the expectations versus the reality. You don't have to worry. Also about the showers too. You don't have to worry about paying for a shower. Your trainer will pay for your shower, so you don't have to worry about that. So like I said, just if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. I'll see your comments. I'll respond. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll have another one. Maybe I'll do one this weekend to let you guys know about some new stuff, because I'm supposed to be doing some trip planning and stuff like that and learning how to do that this week. Otherwise, I'll just make it another video in 2 weeks. That way I have enough content to show you guys and to explain to you guys, because after being in the truck for 2 weeks with a trainer, I kind of got, a little bit of the knowledge and, stuff like that. I'm a long ways from there. I still got a long ways to go, but I got a great trainer. I know he's going to help me succeed. And I'm here to help every one of you succeed. So if you guys are interested in TMC, I've seen nothing but great stuff so far. I know there's a lot of people that are disgruntled. I know there's a lot of people, oh, truck only goes 62. You get used to it. It is what it is. They take care of you. They pay you. They pay you good money. Like this load of lumber that we're taking right here. They're paying the truck $1,348 to take it from Virginia to Florida. For those of you that want to know, if I were in my truck right now, this load is worth $350 to me. They pay you good. Sometimes you get crap loads, but they pay you good. So like I said, I'm not going to keep babbling on. If you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, put them down below. I'll get to them. I'll respond to them. And then maybe I'll make another video to answer your questions. Thank you guys again for all the new subscriptions. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one.